Hey everybody, so we have another eventful week ahead of us. Hopefully more eventful than last week. The majority of last week we just spent between 340 and 350, kind of going up and down with no clear direction. The end of the week we did break down. So right now bears are in control underneath that 341 level. So as long as we're underneath that 340 to 342 range, the bears are in control right now. We tried to hold that 340 level and we lost it on Friday. So, as long as we're under that 341, 342 level, then, Bears are in control here. And, yeah. So on the weekly, the 9 EMA is up above at 354, which is like 15 points higher, almost 5%. So, we definitely have a lot of room to the upside if we do decide to move up. Um, it looks like if we get over the 9 EMA, our next resistance is around 350 and at that 21 SMA. But if the QQQ gets over 351, we're going to rip. And, we're going to rip hard probably. If we get over 351, we can easily see 354, maybe even, head higher and see like 360 potentially. So that's what I'm gonna be watching for this week. Is over 351 can see 356, and then over 356 can see 360. So those are the levels I'm watching this week. Below, under 334, we can see 326. So so I said in a video, a TikTok and an Instagram reel that under 333 we can tank lower, and that is still the level for us to see lower. And the level for higher I think was 354, but it's now 351. Because these levels change as the markets change. The very significant levels for the market to break or hold. So right now, 333 is a huge level below. Maybe even 332. I'd say that like that price range. If we could break below that, we're gonna see 326 in my opinion. We could very easily test this 326, 327 level. So yeah, right now the Bears are in control as long as we're under, you know, the 21 SMA. And over 351, the Bulls will be in control in the short term. With the Bears in control in the medium time frame. So yeah, definitely going to be watching for a move lower. This is the last week before the Fed meeting next week, the big Fed meeting that they're supposed to raise interest rates at. So, we could get a lot of volatility going from now until that meeting, which is, I believe, the 15th to the 16th of next week. So Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So that's going to be huge, and that's what we got to be watching for. The SPY, it looks like 427 is a huge level below, and then 441-ish above, and the 200-day moving average, all huge levels. On the weekly, it looks like we are still very bearish. We're under the 50-week moving average. We're under the 9 EMA. So, we can very easily head lower where we're at. So yeah, under that 427 level, can test that 422, and under, let's say, 421, or let's say under 420 is where we can retest that low over here. So 427, 420, those are two huge levels, and then the 200-day moving average above. But until we get into that 427 level, SPY is kind of neutral and just hanging out between 427 and 452. It's kind of in this box, which you can see it spent quite a lot of time in last year, right, in this area here. So, we could definitely just spend some time in this range here. That's definitely a possibility. the VIX is very elevated right now, and it has been for quite some time. So, normally the VIX doesn't spend this much time this high. So, that could be telling us something. I'm not sure what. Yeah, because even in the past, when we broke out here and the VIX went crazy, we didn't even spend that much time consolidating or anything. We just, took right off. So, I definitely find it interesting that the VIX has been consolidating over 28 for several days now. It could be a sign that it's going to break out. And I think it's a bad sign that the VIX has stayed high for so long now. And it's definitely a sign that there's a lot of fear in the market. And we might need a explosive move to the downside in the market or the upside in the VIX in order to, get over that fear, right? So sometimes when there's a lot of pressure to the downside, like there is right now, right in the QQQ, a lot of pressure to the downside. The SPY, a lot of pressure to the downside. Sometimes you just need a big move to the downside in order to find support and reverse and kind of like get out all of the bears. So we might need that in order to move forward. So yeah, definitely watching for the VIX to break out. If the VIX breaks out over like 37, the market's in trouble. Over 41, and we could, see 85 potentially, right? So anything is possible over 41, especially if we get a close over 41. If we get a close over 41, that's a really, really bad sign for the market, and I'd expect it to rise, honestly. So yeah, a lot to watch this week. I am expecting downside as like there's just so much downside pressure right now in the market. So unless if we open down, let's say at 326 or something, QQQ, I think we'll bounce. And if we open up at 350, I think we'll drop. But unless we get over 351, I don't see the upside happening. So 351 will be my trigger for sure. You could take a long position over 344, 343, see 350 as well. But yeah, this is a big week, and good luck.